Hey everyone, what is going on? So we are going up against my friend Ed in the Ferocious Cup, and his team will be Alolan Ninetales, Alolan Raticate, B-Barrel, Minun, Alolan Sandslash, and Nidoqueen, and my team is going to be Raikou. I am trying out Raikou for this video. Nidoqueen, Alolan Ninetales, Skuntank, Umbreon, and B-Barrel. So let's go ahead and talk about Raikou. So one of the things right off the bat that I like about Raikou is that it is not walled entirely by ground types because it does have Shadow Ball. So I really like that about Raikou. I also like that it charges up really fast because it does have Thunder Shock and then Wild Charge and Shadow Ball. But the one thing is it is really squishy in the Great League, so it has that negative aspect to it, I guess, but I still think it's a really solid Pokemon, and I actually liked it so much I tried it for another video. So tomorrow's video I'm still going to be using Raikou because I actually really liked its performance. So yeah, just trying it out, just seeing how it would do. As I said, it's not entirely walled by ground types because of Shadow Ball, so even if you have the bad matchup like Nidoqueen versus Raikou, at least you can get to that Shadow Ball and do a lot of damage, whereas Raichu can't really do anything. I mean, you can get to Wild Charge and Brick Break fast, but it's not really going to do much to Nidoqueen because it's a poison and a ground type, and the same with Minun because it has two electric moves. So I guess the exception would be Alolan Raichu because it does have Grass Knot, so that would be good as well. But either way, I bring in my Raikou with energy ready to go. I click on that Wild Charge and he does shield, of course. I pull the switch immediately. I didn't want him to get off energy, I guess, or power against me. I am trying to get to the Psyshock. He's going to go for his Psyshock. Of course, we have to shield that, so we're going to go ahead and do just that. And then we do get to a Psyshock, and because he's out of shields, I am going to be able to just finish him off with Psyshock, and that is going to be the end of this video. So, way to go, Raikou. I mean, that's not Raikou, that's Ninetales, but yeah, really liking it so far. Let me know if you've used Raikou in this cup and how you like it. But we do go ahead and win that one. So we're going to move on to another battle. I do lead with Raikou again, and he's going to lead with Nidoqueen. So this is what I'm saying. Obviously, this is not ideal. You still don't want to be in this matchup. But if you are in this matchup, at least you have the Shadow Ball going for you. So I had no idea how much a Shadow Ball from a Raikou would do to Nidoqueen. And it actually does a good amount. And you could see right there that he decides not to shield that. Maybe expecting a Wild Charge, I'm not really sure, or maybe knowing he could still take the Shadow Ball. But either way, I am going to take that Earth Power, and I do go ahead and get off a Surf against his Alolan Raticate. So, despite the bad lead, we're doing okay. I mean, not ideal, not really a great situation, but we're hanging in there. So I'm going to bring in my Ninetales, hoping that he immediately clicked on Crunch. Not the case. He did go for Hyper Fang, so he's going to do some damage to me, and I am going to be able to feint down that Raticate. So he does bring in his Alolan Sandslash, so nice little counter to my Ninetales. I am going to go ahead and take this, knowing full and well that it is an Ice Punch. So as you can see, we can take it. I switch into Raikou, trying to get off a Wild Charge. He actually beats me to an Ice Punch, but I do decide to shield because I did not want to take it. I knew I could take the Ice Punch, but I still decided to shield, going for a Wild Charge, hoping to maybe get off two Wild Charges. Obviously, I have to charge up again. But that's exactly what happens because I do want to burn both shields. So I am going to go and burn both of my shields, but at the same time, we're either going to knock him out or take both of his shields. So I do charge up a little bit of extra energy and fire off a Wild Charge against his Alolan Sandslash. He will decide to shield that, so we do successfully take the second shield, and we're actually able to get to another Wild Charge. I swear he must have been at that Ice Punch. He probably just got to it. So that might have been a CMP tie. But either way, he brings the Nidoqueen and we bring in Ninetales, and we actually get to that Psyshock. So we actually pull this one off. I did not think I was going to win this one, but we do actually go ahead and win it. So really good game. Very close, very close. Despite the poor lead matchup, we're still able to pull it off. So I will take that. Going to increase my Master League badge as well. So we're going to jump into another game. I do lead with my Nidoqueen this time. He leads with his Sandslash. So not good for me at all because we are weak to ice. So we're going to pull out into B-Barrel. And I know B-Barrel can wall Sandslash, unless if it has Bulldoze. But even if it has Bulldoze, we're still doing okay against it. Going to go ahead and go for the Surf, trying to get as much damage as possible. shields will not come up. We actually get to another surf, so we're able to fire off back-to-back surfs, either taking a shield or knocking him out, so I will take that. And hoping to feint him down before he feints me, but that's not the case, obviously. But that's okay. Thinking about it for a little bit, I do decide to bring in my Nidoqueen, and we are going to go ahead and shield this up. It is a Psyshock, which is what I expected, but I didn't want to take the damage. And then we do go ahead and knock out Alolan Ninetales. He brings in his Sandslash. I tried to switch immediately because I thought the Sandslash was coming up, but it didn't go through. He got off his charge move first. So then I charge up a little bit and switch into Skuntank. Really not a great situation for me. But he does get off his Ice Punch, doing a good amount of damage actually, but yeah, not really looking good because we do have the Crunch. But yeah, either the shield's coming up, and I didn't think it would feint anyway, as it doesn't feint it, so he does let it go through, and he gets off his charge move, which is probably going to be that Bulldoze, as it is, so he's going to knock out Skuntank, and then we bring in Nidoqueen, and I'm like, okay, well maybe I can knock him out with Poison Jabs, but no, we're not able to because he resists that, of course, so Ice Punch to the face, we actually survive it, still trying to knock him out, still not able to, and he knocks me out. I could have went for the Earth Power, even if he wouldn't have let it go through. But you know that it's interesting because that's the only game we lost, and that was the only game I didn't bring Raikou, which I thought was interesting. I'm not saying that means anything, I'm just saying it's kind of funny. But again, he catches the lead. I do decide to charge up my energy and then switch out into my B-Barrel. He's going to go ahead and pull the switch into Sandslash, so that's totally fine by me. I knew this was an Ice Punch. I knew we didn't have enough for a Bulldoze, so definitely not going to block that. So we could take that Ice Punch, and then we go for a Surf. Just trying to get as much damage as possible onto that Sandslash. He will go ahead and opt to shield that. Perfectly okay with me, because we're able to get to another Surf, which will either knock him out. Well, will it? I think it will knock it out. Actually, will it? No, it doesn't. It doesn't knock it out. But at least we still do a lot of damage. So he's going to go ahead and fire off another Ice Punch. I knew it was going to be another Ice Punch, and then I'm like, okay, well now I can feint him down with Water Guns as we do. So we're up a shield. We have switch advantage, looking pretty good. I do go for the Surf because I didn't think I could get to the Hyper Fang, but looking back, I think I could have. So I'm not really sure. But anyway, I switch into Raikou and click on the Wild Charge immediately because I had the energy charged up from before. He's going to go ahead and opt to shield and then switch into Nidoqueen. But because he's out of shields, this is still a good position for me since we could charge up for the Shadow Ball. Obviously I have to block that Earth Power, but we can charge up for the Shadow Ball. Click on it. We don't have to worry about shields. And we're just trying to do as much damage as possible as it does. So we do go ahead and shield this one. So he does take both of my shields, but I'm still okay because we're going to try to feint him down with Thunder Shock, actually able to do so. And then I immediately click on my Wild Charge against his B-Barrel, and this Wild Charge is absolutely going to destroy B-Barrel. So we do go ahead and win that, actually winning with all three Pokemon left. So despite losing the lead, you could see Raikou really doing some work. So I do want to test it out some more. As I said, I did use it in, I think, tomorrow's video as well when that goes up. But either way, we're battling again, leading with that Raikou. He leads with Sandslash, so that's totally fine. This Wild Charge is going to do a lot of damage to that Sandslash, so I'm okay with going for it as I do, and he does go ahead and shield it. Now, I know he has Bulldoze, so I do have to be careful. That's why I decided to shield. I did not want to get knocked out from a Bulldoze, and it happens to be a Bulldoze, so good shield on my end, I guess. He brings in Nidoqueen, gonna save my energy and bring in B-Barrel. Probably a little bit too late on the switch on my end, but that's okay. Anyway, he does go ahead and hit us. I do let it go through, doing a lot of damage to us. And I'm going to go ahead and Surf, so hoping to either knock out the Nidoqueen or take his final shield. Honestly, I prefer taking the shield, so we do go ahead and take that shield. And he is able to feint us down. I figured he would shield because he would be able to feint us. But anyway, bringing in Raikou and going immediately for the Shadow Ball just to knock out that Nidoqueen. He's out of shield, so I don't have to worry. Bringing in that Sandslash. Unfortunately, he gets to a charge move before we're able to. So I do go ahead and shield this one up. And we're able to get to our charge moves. And I actually save the energy and then switch into my Alolan Ninetales, because we don't have to worry about these attacks. I mean, I guess we have to worry about Hyper Fang, but it's okay. We're still able to take it just fine. and we're able to just about feint that Raticate. He's probably had another charge move. Clicking on the Side Shock, I didn't really care about the Side Shock damage. I was basically trying to stall until my switch timer was up. But I didn't want him to charge up energy, but as you can see, he is charging up energy, and he does go for a charge move, which is going to knock me out. But then I could bring in Raikou, click on Wild Charge, and this is going to destroy that Alolan Sandslash, as it does. So, yeah, good games, and that will be it for this video, guys. I will see you in the next one. Have a good day. Bye.